And it is another edition of Hoops Adjacent on the Athletic NBA Show. David Aldridge. I'm here in D.C. after watching games 1 and 2 of the finals in Denver, in Miami, because he gets on the plane and goes everywhere. The soon-to-be Hoffer, my brother, Marc Spears. Mark is going to join us in a minute. What's up, Spears?
My teammate.
What's up, boy?
Oh,
Speech
man.
ready for Springfield?
Nah, man, I need some advice on that.
I
need some advice.
They always say to keep it short.
They told me I don't get as much time as David Aldridge.
To hell with that, man. Take as much time as you need. You going into the hall, baby.
Yeah. No, I found out they got some information there. I guess it was usually it's at 6.
Yeah.
But now they said it's at 8:00. So I was like,
8?
does that sound right?
Well, you used to have a reception, and then they would do.
No, they got a reception before.
Okay, usually the reception started about 7, so it's like an hour later, I guess.
Yeah.
But you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
You coming?
Of course I'm coming. What do you think I'm gonna miss this chance to heckle you from the crowd?
Yeah, buddy, let's go.
Yes, sir. Yeah. No, you know I'm gonna be there, man. Come on, of course.
That's great,
bro. You at the finals? I was watching all the pressers today. It always cracks me up during the final, Spears. Everybody thinks every game is a tragedy or a comedy. Like every game is different. Nothing that happens in game 3 is going to have anything to do with what happened in game 2.
It's all a chess match.
Exactly. But what was you were on the ground. What was the mood like?
You know what? You know me, I got my own gamemanship. I was working on a story and needed my one quote, as vets do.
Right.
So I didn't even see the Nuggets.
You didn't even stick a head in there?
Nah, man. I went and got my one quote I needed from Spo, who has given me some phenomenal quotes. Yeah. So shout out to Spo. And then I got back to the lab. It got this story out before I did something on the radio back in California.
Dude, I'm not mad at you.
No, talking to you, man. It's all about time management for us.
It's what's good for you. That's what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they got other people to give the day to day, right?
We've been at a million of these media sessions, so
Yeah,
we ain't gonna go crazy. Crafty vets. But but I think this series, to me, this is like the ultimate. If you really like hoop, this is the ultimate kind of chess match, X and O. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much going on, and it's fascinating to me to just watch these two teams kind of adjust to each other in real time.
Yeah, no, this is also the David and Goliath of it. It makes it interesting as well.
Yeah.
And some may not want to call the Nuggets David, but they were the number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah,
they had an amazing record. Like, they're supposed to win this series.
They're
supposed to be the favorite, and it is early, but I'd be lying to say if I wasn't stunned that they lost a game at home.
Yeah,
like they're such a big favorite in this series, that a resounding win in game 1, which I just felt like if they would have been more serious about putting their foot on the gas, it could have been a blowout.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting. Like in the third quarter, I'm like, well, here we go again. What are they going like this? Look at it like a 42-10 run or something like that. Well, I'll be home next Saturday.
Right.
That's how I felt like late in the third quarter. And then, man, that's them as Kurt calls them goons, right?
Vampires, man.
UD calls them dogs. Like, they're not dogs, man. They just don't die.
They're vampires. That's what I mean.
They don't die, man. They're like, we still got time on the clock.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep fighting.
Yeah.
Ding. They just won't go away. Nope. And so that's the thing I think that Denver needs to learn about these guys. You until the buzzer sounds, don't let down.
Yeah.
Don't get complacent. And I felt like they got complacent in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
And you can't you see how these dudes lost the first game to the Hawks.
Right.
Like they lost in a playing game.
Right.
Yeah. And they made it here.
Yeah.
Man, I don't care what they may look like, you better
No.
show up against them, man. Because
like my man Uncle Jeff Green said, this is the fucking finals.
yeah.
What y'all doing?
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
man.
Come on, y'all.
They like they from like Marcus, like they from East Oakland or something, trying to survive.
You
Like
know,
We just
they
trying to
just
make
got
it,
some.
brother. We just trying to
trying to
make
make
it.
it in this world.
I still got time left on the clock. I'm gonna keep fighting you. I know I'm
Yes.
bloody. I
Yeah,
know I
they
got a
don't.
broken
But
arm.
you
I'm
got
gonna
to
keep
know that
fighting you.
about the Heat. They don't die, man. You know, like they're not going to die. You have to kill them. You have to put a stake through their heart.
And I really feel like the Nuggets have underestimated these dudes. Not
Yeah.
verbally, not disrespect, but by their actions on the court.
Yeah.
You don't blow leads like that, man.
No.
But
At home.
Mark, let me ask you this: isn't this good?
Hey man, welcome, man. What you doing, man?
Nah, man.
You just like got this shadow just showed up, right? Like
Man, yeah, witness protection. Don't you know that?
yeah.
We just rolling, man. Come on. What you mean? I'm too black. My fault. I got
You gotta put the shade up, man. Like put that shade. Yeah,
There
you
you
go,
go.
man.
That's it.
There you go. I know you was trying not to show the bed,
y'all
but
skin color.
it's made. There you go, man. Let them see. Let me see that. Let them see that handsome, man.
That's a 10 on Room Raider. Look at that.
I was trying to show the backdrop of beautiful thunderstormy
Biscayne
Miami.
Bay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let them see that handsome, man. Don't hide that handsome.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Now I'm all bashful. I can't even ask my question.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask you, like, there's been a lot of talk, especially there in Denver. There's a lot of people who are like, "Yo, Denver's next, right? Like, Denver's gonna be good. They're gonna be good for a long time, win a few titles." I feel like to me, that game too was more like, "Are you sure? Like, are y'all really ready for this?" And if you're Denver, it almost feels like you need that. I was looking it up afterwards because I tweeted it, and a lot of people were like, "That's crazy," but the last 5 teams to lose either game 1 or 2 at home went on to win the title. Like since they went 2-2, 1-1-1.
Yeah.
Like if you win both, they just 3-2.
Yeah.
But you go undefeated. It's something about like just being put to this. This is good for Denver that they got hit in the mouth. They know what it feels like, and now they get to see who's really about that life.
Yeah, no, it's like that's the scary thing about Miami. Like now they're at the advantage.
Yeah.
They're going home with the 1-1 lead. Now, let's be real though. This isn't exactly the Terror Dome that Denver's coming to play in, right? Like everybody there's got white T-shirts on,
Right. They get there halfway through the first quarter.
Sandals with no socks on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're going to be more celebrities down there. I'm gonna get heckled by Tom Joyner. He's gonna FaceTime me and
right.
Talk about Let's Go Heat and stuff like that. But Lil Wayne will be there again, but there'll be 20 other celebrities there too, right?
Yeah, no, I mean it can get loud in there, but it's not intimidating. Yeah. I don't think.
I mean, was Ball Arena the Thunderdome?
No,
it wasn't intimidating.
But my point is, it's still home for them, right? This is on the road, and that's where it gets different because I'm gonna bring Marcus. Were you around in 2006? You were covering the league already, right?
Yeah. No, yep.
One of the most hilarious things in NBA Finals history was when the Dallas Mavericks came to play the Heat, and them dudes was in them streets, man.
Oh Lord, were they
in them streets? Because I can say it now. I was young enough then. I think David was there with me. Like we saw him out.
Oh, we were at the spot.
We were 4 in the morning. Same dinner spot, man, or supper spot. I don't know.
Half the team showed up. After we had dinner.
For the record, to our listeners, I was covering the draft.
We had dinner.
But the thing was like,
we went to the spot, and they were there.
It was popping. I like these dudes just showed up. Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah.
And then Avery Johnson, that was their coach at the time, went haywire and changed hotels.
Oh yeah, they moved 30 miles.
They changed hotels. Marcus, you know this story?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
next year they lost hotels to the Warriors.
Yeah. And so I don't think Denver. Well, one guy comes to mind. I think he's gonna be out in them streets. I'm not gonna say his name, but I don't think. I think Denver has the focus. The one thing that I do worry about for them, and this is where I want Marcus's expertise on it because he would know quickly. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like when the Warriors have been in the finals, the families don't show up until they're about to like clinch. like until they're in like a clinching moment. Where I did find it kind of interesting that the Nuggets family and loved ones got on a team playing and they're here already. And I think in the finals, you probably need as little distractions as possible. You need the most focus you could have, so to worry about what grandma and mom is doing, or did my kids crying, they ain't got no sleep, like the distractions of having, is it a distraction to have your family there, or is it calming for a player that has to play a game? Like, I don't know. This isn't exactly like, playing in, I'm trying to think of another city, like playing in Cleveland where it's easy to focus. There's so many distractions here that I do wonder for the Nuggets, with them being new territory, should they perhaps maybe have waited on bringing the loved ones here? But from being around Michael Malone in the bubble, as David, as you know, like family's everything to him, and he really lamented about not having his family here to enjoy these moments. But is it too early to have all that? I mean, only they could answer it. But I always thought it's easier to play on the road because there are less distractions, and perhaps now there's more.
You can act like, nah, I want you to come, baby, but I gotta.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
it's definitely a distraction, though. I mean, I know people hate to say it about your family. It's not. Maybe distraction is a negative connotation. Maybe it's more a diversion, right? Like you're thinking about something else that's also worthy, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? Where I remember the first year the family was there in Cleveland. And, I think the first finals, I think you do bring your family, and then you realize,
then you shut it down.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be counterintuitive on this, Spears. If I know my man's going down to South Beach for 4 days,
I'm going with you.
I might go with you. Might show up with you.
South Beach in the finals, not like a regular South Beach.
Hey, South
Beach with the
world.
We're
gonna turn up together. We're gonna turn up together.
So I can see it both ways, actually. But they got to play better. Whether families are there or not, they got to play better. Michael Porter got to play better. He's got to be more of a factor in this series than he's been the first 2 games. Gordon was great in game 1, was not as great in game 2. I think I don't think Murray had a bad game 2, but he wasn't as impactful in game 2. Obviously, they put Jimmy on him. Those guys have got to figure out, like you said, Spears, you've got to figure out how to compete for 48 minutes against this team. Do something. If your shot's not falling, do something else. Rebound.
Don't even go into the locker room at halftime. Just stay there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do something to figure it out. I got to do something to impact this series, impact this game.
Do a mini practice during those 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's that. If I had to be in the room with the Miami Heat, I'm keeping my eye open all night. I'm not sleeping, man. Them dudes just kill us.
Yeah,
like they are.
Sure as hell are.
They're stone cold, boy.
And I want to give the Heat some props on that, because they are to me, they remind me of the Pistons, the old Pistons, the Isaiah Pistons, because the Isaiah Pistons were like this, relentless. They just kept coming, no matter what the score was or the situation of the ball game. They kept coming. And they were, as a result, were never really out of a game. They didn't get blown out of any playoff games. They didn't get blown out that much.
What's that movie where it's really, really popular, where they put all those people in one place and they were trying to survive?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch those movies.
What movie is that?
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's movie where, like, let me ask Andrew, because it's probably an Andrew movie.
Who in it?
Who's in it? Had the girl was in it. And they're all like,
the girl, that's
I mean, he really going all out.
And they're like on an island. They're on an island and they're trying to survive.
You mean the TV show Lost?
No, the movie.
I don't know.
And people died along the way, and
if Andrew, jump in if you know the name of the movie with the girl in it on
the movie with the girl on the
island. And they put him on this train.
Andrew had no idea about the girl.
They put him on this train and they put him on an island. It's like this futuristic movie. And the girl had the bow and arrow.
Oh, you mean not the Hunger Games?
Yeah, the Hunger Games.
Oh, okay.
Your description of the Hunger Games?
How is that the description of the Hunger Games?
I knew what it meant.
The people on the island with the girl. Like,
yeah, exactly. You understood, Andrew.
You know the movie. You
if
know
they put UD, I'd expect UD to figure out a way to
Marcus,
stay alive.
You know the movie with the girl on the island.
That reminds me of that movie. Remember the movie with the dude in the dress shoes? That was the movie.
Hey man, that's how black people have been describing movies.
Right?
That's how black people have been describing movies for years, man. You're just supposed to know what we're talking about. You know, the man with the arm.
The guy the guy with the food. You know that movie. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, how do you describe it in the Boomerang with the dog? You know, the man and thing. Or no, when he's talking about the accident on TV. The cab hit the other cab. Anyways.
Man, so I was trying to make got the point I was trying to make about how the Heat don't die. That's what the point
exactly. Was. They're like the Hunger Games, man.
They're like the Hunger Games, of course. That's exactly what it's
survive. Like. Now that we know the name of the movie.
Oh, with the island and the girl.
All right.
I'm using that forever. All
right. So who we got two in Miami.
The bow and arrow, the girl on the island.
Yeah, the bow and arrow.
The train.
Yeah, her Jennifer Lawrence.
Today's show is brought to you by Philo. Visit philo.tv and use the promo code NBA Show to get 50% off your first month. There's nothing better than unwinding, watching a little TV every now and then. But the hassle of finding what to watch, and to be fair, the cost of cable just doesn't make it worth it. That's why I completely cut the cord. And if you love TV, Philo is your solution. Philo has shows, movies, and live TV for just $25 a month. No contracts, no commitments, no hassle, just a better way to watch TV. Philo also has unlimited DVR for 1 year, so you can save all those shows that you're probably never going to get around to watching. It also allows multiple profiles and multiple streams, so everyone in the house can have their own saved shows and up to 3 streams at the same time. And if you can't get enough TV, there's no better way to watch because Philo has over 70 channels, including BET, VH1, AMC, and Vice. If you're still not convinced, try it yourself with a free 7-day trial. Sign up today at philo.tv. That's philo.tv and use promo code NBA Show to get 50% off your first month.
All right, what do we expect out of these next 2 games? Let's get to that. Let's see. What do we think? Are we going back 3-1?
I don't know, man.
I don't think Denver's winning both, but I think Denver certainly could win one of these 2. Yeah, I can see that.
I definitely think it's a split. There's a much. If you would ask me before game 2, if I thought I was going home for good on Saturday, I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
And the Heat changed the whole. I was like, the Heat got to win game 2 for this to be a series. That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
And they did, man. And
it was that fourth quarter of game 1, though. Like Michael Malone said, like you said, they played real loose in that fourth quarter of game 1. And I think that might have gotten Miami a little bit of confidence, saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
And I actually thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought that Denver would learn from that.
Yeah,
especially like that lead they got in the third quarter. I think okay, they saw this movie already.
Right,
they're good, and then those guys just kept chipping away. Man, I know we keep belaboring the fact that they're staying alive, and I'm giving these horrible analogies, but their ability to just not give up, man, it's so impressive to me.
Yeah.
So impressive
to me, the most impressive, Mark, you watch so much basketball. Have you seen this many people just the shot making? Like it's unbelievable. Like when these dudes are open, they're not missing. And when they miss, they lose, right? But they are missing enough to lose. It's just unbelievable. I mean, we've watched some great shooters not shoot like this. And here you go, like Gabe Vincent is not missing. Right?
Well, I mean, and I was at, I don't know if you remember if you were there or not. I was at Game 7 Eastern Conference, and you swear Caleb Martin was a superstar in this league.
Yeah,
like Kyle Lowry showed up last game. Like Kevin Love, like made an impact. Like their ability to just have different people step up. Like to me, like for Denver, it's like two guys. With Miami, you don't know who it's going to be. Bam has been amazing. They got like so many people that could hit a high note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, let I do want to talk about this because it got all kinds of ridiculous play after game 2, and I think it was unwarranted and unfounded. But the whole notion about Jokic and whether Miami is trying to force him, and that was the silly analogy, silly word play there about forcing him to be a scorer so that he doesn't create shots for other people. And my point was that it's not about them forcing him, or it's about them being able to live with him being a high volume shooter and a high volume scorer as long as they stay at home on everybody else and don't let anybody else get off. And I do think they're fine with that. Now, Spo jumped on the phrasing of the question, of course, and instead of actually answering the question. But I do think there is
the
something
evil genius that is Eric
Spoelstra. Yeah, right. I do think there is something to be said for them not letting or making it as hard as possible for Jamal Murray to get off. And if that means Jimmy Butler, his points go down, but he makes Jamal Murray inefficient, that's advantage Heat, I think.
Yeah. And that's where
I don't
also
know,
like
my eye is untrained. I don't know. So
yeah, that's right.
I gotta concede.
That's right. It's not like you watch basketball for a living.
Yeah, my eyes untrained. Please help me out, Mark Spears. I don't
know. But that's where like Miami has and is, like Denver has to have other people step up.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Gordon's had some good seasons in this career where he's certainly capable of giving you 18.
Yeah.
Like step up. MPJ, this is what you do. You're a scoring assassin. Score.
Yeah.
KCP, like all these other guys, they got to
3 and D.
Boost,
that's
man.
what you do. Yeah.
But that through the playoffs, like they've had other guys offensively step up when they need to. Like even when Joker was in foul trouble with the Lakers, KCP stepped up.
Yeah.
Mike Porter Jr. stepped up. Brown stepped up. So like these, I don't think that they were in game 1. It didn't seem like they were fazed by being in the finals at all.
Right.
But
they were more physical in game 1.
But I do think that maybe that's the problem. They're playing like they're not fazed about what this is.
Yeah. Right.
Like it's the first to 4, man. Don't matter. Like I remember Aaron Gordon was talking about something. We were talking about something about the scores of the game or what the box score said. I said, and this was after they were 1 win away from going to the finals. I said, when they're looking at this 20 years from now, they're going to look at if you guys won the series or not.
Yeah.
Not what LeBron James scored.
Right. That's right.
And I think they have to grasp the immediacy of this moment, the urgency of these wins, the urgency of each game. Because I can't recall a team in the finals not playing urgent for 48 minutes. And if they had, I think they'd be up 2-0 right now.
Today's show is brought to you by Front Door. Download the Front Door app and get a free video chat. We all have that long, incredibly nagging home to-do list that we keep putting off. It's full of annoying stuff that just needs to be fixed. A dripping dishwasher, hole in the drywall, or maybe your dryer is not actually drying your clothes. Well, wouldn't it feel great to get all that done? Well, now you can, and it's easier than ever. Introducing Front Door, the all-new one-stop home repair and maintenance app. Front Door lets you video chat with experts in real time so you can diagnose the problem faster. Sometimes you can fix it yourself on the video chat, or Front Door will send you a list of vetted and trusted pros to come out and help solve the problem. With a Front Door membership, it's easy to cross things off your home to-do list and enjoy that feeling of done. Download the app now and get a free video chat with an expert to start solving your problems today.
There's a lot being made about the coaching matchup. Eric Spoelstra's legendary coach, right? Michael Malone's first dance. Are you watching? Like, is that overhyped? Or are you watching to see what's the move Michael Malone makes to counter, Eric Spoelstra move? Or, is it just a matter of, MPJ, you make shots, the game is different. KCP, you make shots, the game is different. Does Malone need to show us something a little bit?
No, I think he does in game 3. It's a chess match, and you got to give Eric Spoelstra credit for putting, Kevin Love in the starting lineup. And then after the game saying, I should have did that going in. That was my bad. That's my fault for not doing that in
sounded like
game
him
1.
Saying we'd be up 2-0.
Yeah. No,
right?
that's what I heard too. That's what I heard too. And so, like both of these coaches kind of have got this kind of like old school bitterness to them, which I'm really enjoying. And so I'm curious to see what Malone's going to do. I mean, the one thing in the elephant in the room is Tyler Hero.
Yes.
He talked to Roz Golden Woody, our homie, and basically told her that he still has pain when he shoots from the injury. But it's the finals, man. I don't know what his pain is, and I don't care to know what it is, but I feel like he'll be back. I think he'll be back tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back tomorrow because he's taking contact, and the fact that he, like before at the beginning of the series, Spo was saying, well, he hasn't had any contact. Now he is. I'm sure they could give something that may lessen the pain a little bit, but I don't know what he could give him. How confident you are, especially when your guards have been playing as well. Like, I call him Hemi Duncan, Duncan Robinson has been playing well, man. He's been balling.
Man, he's
Martin's
having
been
those
balling.
moments, dude.
Balling. Yeah,
Duncan be looking like Larry Bird out there sometimes.
Yeah, Hemi Duncan. I just like, how do you incorporate Hero now? It's a good problem to have, but I just wonder like how you incorporate him when they've had success without him so far.
Is there somebody Denver can bring off? Who's their hero they can throw into the series? I don't really have anybody, huh? I don't know, Peyton. I like Peyton.
Well, you know who's been sitting there with dust on him that I've been confused by ever since I've been watching these Nuggets games is Reggie Jackson.
Ooh, I forgot he was on the team, so I saw him in the locker room. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, Reggie is here.
Like, I'm like, I mean, that's a credit to, Calvin Booth, the GM of the Nuggets, the depth that he has on his team. Like the kid Braun, I think he had a good game, right?
Yeah.
I've always been I like Reggie Jackson.
Is weird.
Man.
That is weird, especially a dude who's played playoff minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got playoff experience.
Yeah, he's been there, done that, and to his credit, he's kind of been Heat-like where he hasn't complained about it. He's happy to be here. Been a good soldier, but I think, especially from a shot making ability, he could help him. I think he could give him a boost coming off the bench, but he's got so much dust on him. Like what is he going to be now?
Reggie OG though, he can pull it off. I can't let you go without asking you. You are like America's #1 African basketball reporter. You've been covering like the relevant stories for years now, better than anybody in the nation. I wanted to ask you about two guys who are putting on for Nigeria, right? Bam is playing like incredible ball. And I remember you wrote a piece about, him like accepting his name. Did you write a piece about his name, like embracing his name and his father who wasn't there and his Nigerian roots? And then you got Gabriel Nnamdi Vincent showing off, and I talked to Mike Brown about him. Modesto's finest. I talked to Mike Brown about his time in the on the Nigerian national team and what it did for him. What do you think those two, at just this stage, and them being who they are and what they represent, what does it do for just the international level of the international attention, the basketball as as a sport in Africa, as opposed to what everybody knows, soccer is the most popular sport?
Well, I mean, in terms of Bam, I think he's still learning about his African roots. Will continue to learn. And I remember he was actually considering playing for Nigeria for a minute which would have been incredible if he would have did it, right? Like, but obviously he played for USA.
He wanted the gold medal.
yeah. That's a nice perk. And then Gabe Vincent, I got to talk to his dad, who immigrated from Nigeria in 1980s. It's teacher at Cal State Stanislaus. And he's, was hoping that his son would play soccer, and he's turned into an amazing basketball player in person. But the one thing that's interesting about Gabe Vincent to me, I wrote a story that included his name and Steve Nash. They're really the only, when you think of basketball from Africa, you're always thinking about the bigs. But now you got these guards that are starting to come in, and they got this kid, keep an eye on his name, Thierry Darlan from Central Africa, is going to be playing for the G League Ignite. And Africa's been always producing centers and power forwards, recent years more small forwards like Pascal Siakam. But this kid is the first born and bred, I think, NBA point guard that comes from Africa. Also, Wembanyama's father is from Africa as well. So the impact I think that those two guys could have, I think could be incredible, to have a 7'5" guy, so many tall people in Africa deciding maybe to give basketball a chance, and to have some younger kids in Africa, I mean, a vast continent that is Africa, start learning that, hey, I can dribble the ball. I could be more skilled. I could be a floor general. If Thierry Darlan can do it, it's going to be very intriguing to see the kind of talent that comes out from Africa, whether it's bigs or point guards in the future. And I think those two guys are going to be very inspirational.
Where's Wemby's dad from? What is he?
He would ask me.
Nigerian?
No, he's not Nigerian. I forgot where he's from, but his dad is from Africa.
I'm glad that Andre Iguodala is one of the Nigerians who I deal with all the time. So it'll be nice if he's from somewhere not Nigeria, so I don't have to hear it from Andre.
No, it's not Nigeria. and Darlan's from Central Africa, so I want to say his dad's from like Gabon or something like that.
All right, my brother, you're a legend. Get you up out of here. Appreciate the time. I look forward to hanging with you in Miami the rest of this week.
Yes, sir, man. Tell the missus and little mama I said, hey, let's get on these beach.
They running these streets already. We out.
All right.